Hey teammates of the 515, this is Chief Smith coming back with you for this week's Howzit video. This week's topic was actually given to me by Master Sergeant Dial from the 732 Air Mobility Squadron out of J-Bear. She wanted me to talk a little bit about tuition assistance and the recent changes. So a lot of you probably have seen the headlines that tuition assistance was reduced from $4,500 to $3,750 per year, but a lot of you may not know the reason for this. So for fiscal year 20, they actually ran out of funding due to the high take rate for this year. And so at the end of the year, AFPC and Headquarters Air Force came up with some emergency funding at the end of the year in the millions of dollars range. And so they had to make some changes for fiscal year 21. As you guys know, we passed as a nation a bunch of COVID stimulus packages, and so we're anticipating some flatline budgets over the next couple of years. And so they wanted to have the program sustainable over the next few years, so they had to make some changes. The biggest thing for you guys to know is there are exceptions. So for instance, if you're doing like a lab or something that exceeds, you can always apply for an exception to policy to go over the limit. And your best source of information for me was just go to af.mil, do a search for tuition assistance, and it provides a bunch of links. The other thing is I did send your first sergeants a long list of resources for different scholarships and ways to supplement the short tuition assistance, the reduction in tuition assistance. So talk to your first sergeants, talk to your chiefs. They have a list. And just disclaimer, none of those resources are meant to be a federally endorsement of any of those private orgs or professional orgs, but there are resources out there for military members to get some scholarships. Also, with that being said, you might have also seen some changes in our Community College of the Air Force program. So the bottom line here is the Air University and the CCAF program had to evolve as online education programs become more prevalent. The CCAF had to keep up with the times and had to make some changes to make sure that our degree program is still accredited and is still valued across our American civilization and is recognized as an actual degree program. So if these 7 big changes for the CCAF is something that affects you, I'd love to hear about it. I'm not tracking any major impacts across the AMAL right now, but I'm trying to keep my ear to the ground. So please hit me up, send me a note, go talk to your supervisor, chief, first sergeant, so they can relay the information, or send me a message directly. I'd love to hear if these changes are negatively impacting. I think the biggest change that I saw is going to be the dual credit. So for a lot of us who do developmental special duties, you do a 1-year internship in your new AFSC, developmental AFSC, and you are getting a second CCAF. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest changes that I see. All the other changes I think are in line with what you're seeing in the civilian populace. But hit me up if that's the case. And then finally, huge for me, I got a chance for my very first time with Colonel Terry and his first time. We had actual step promotion. So Sergeant Kozlowski of the 732 was step promoted to technical sergeant on 2 October. So what a great way for us to end our trip there at J-Bear a couple weeks ago and finish the trip with a step promotion. It was great to see the look on his face as we surprised him with that step promotion. So congrats, Sergeant Kozlowski. It was a great trip and appreciate everything that you bring to the Huskies of the 732. That's enough for this week. As you can see, I'm at home. I'm on my last day of ROM here. Coming back from our trip for Alaska, so excited to get back into the office with our phenomenal wing staff and get after all the issues that you want us to get after for the wing. So until next time, be proud of your service, be humble of your accomplishments, and take care of each other. Thanks. See you later.